And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let Me Just Say podcast. I am your host Ray. With me, as always, we have Father.
Yeah.
We have Dion.
Fuck them kids.
Oh my god.
We have D Wolf.
Yo, what's good?
And last but not least, we have Crystal.
Hola.
How's everybody doing?
Damn good.
Bien.
All right. With that being said, let's get right into it. So you know what we're gonna be talking about: Roe versus Wade. That's the first thing. As you know, Roe versus Wade has been overturned, and now everybody has been in a frenzy. So I done heard everything about this is the worst thing that ever happened to women. To now, y'all really got to be careful to who y'all fucking and shit like that. So I asked the panel, how do y'all feel now that Roe versus Wade has been overturned?
I don't think it's gonna last.
Why you say that?
I feel like it's gonna be so many negative effects to this shit. It's gonna be like just this huge, just such a negative impact. 5 years, man. 5 years. And they gonna retract this shit.
I think it's gonna blow over because they're gonna realize it's not a big deal and they can still do what they want to do. This ain't stopping nobody from getting an abortion, bro. It's just like guns; they're gonna find a way, even if they are in a state where it's banned. I know people that's done it in countries where it's banned underground. So, and the simple thing to do is just go to a state that allows it. No one's being stopped. They didn't ban it outright. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, they didn't ban it outright. That will be a problem. I'd have a problem with that. But I don't know. They're going crazy. I just feel like people they just want something to complain about because I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. They're just fighting. When you think about who gets more abortions than anyone else, and you see how they're crying over it, I'm like, yo, get the like Sulu. I just saw a tweet with what's his name, the Japanese dude from the original Star Trek, and he was bitching about it, and he said Clarence Thomas was something in blackface or something like that. And I'm like, yo, the nerve. So you're gonna stay there as a Japanese dude, all right?
George Takei.
Thank you.
George Takei.
Thank you. You're gonna stay there, and you're gonna insult a black man who has a pretty powerful position. So nobody thinks of that, how you got there. But anyway, and you're gonna complain about the number one killer of blacks. I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here. He's fucking actor, I swear. And he's the worst. Come from somebody that had to deal with what do you call it? Concentration camps during the war. Here, I don't know. These people are backwards. So yeah, I think it's just gonna blow over. People are just gonna realize, and they're like, it's the same thing as before. No biggie.
We'll see.
Father, you got anything to say about this?
I'm sorry. What's the topic?
Roe v. Wade. How do you feel about it?
So I mean, I feel bad for the women, honestly, because I'm pro-choice only because it's the woman's body, so ultimately she gets to decide like what to do in case of pregnancy. I do feel like men, like, we have a say, but we ultimately don't have the final say, if that makes sense. So, and for them to like say, oh, women, like according to the state you're living in, because we know there are certain states, they don't listen to no motherfucking body. They don't listen to scientists. They don't listen to like professionals. Like, they're literally just fucking false religion and vibes. So these motherfuckers have the decision to ensure that a portion of their population, not even a portion, an entire segment of their population doesn't have a say in whether they can have an abortion or not. And now it's really going to endanger their lives even more, because now they're going to go through illicit means to probably get that abortion, or they're probably going to have to spend a lot more money in order to get that. And that's going to have, mental health. That's going to have mental health implications. So I feel like this whole thing is an L. Like, if you could have one of the biggest L's you could ever take in America, this one is it, because we're a pretty fairly liberal country. Even though we have they're a different breed of stupid. So when it comes to like decisions like this, it doesn't really benefit anybody. I feel like they're just trying to throw their weight around and make decisions that really don't benefit anybody other than the people that are so-called pro-life. But even so, a lot of their talking points are not only inconsistent, but they're not realistic. You can't tell a woman, as soon as they're pregnant, then they have a life growing inside of them, because at the very end of the day, the very same life that they're talking about is so easily taken away in this world that we're living in. Look at what's happening in Ukraine. You know what I'm saying, bro? Look at what happened with all the recent shootings. You know what I'm saying? Elementary school literally got shot up. They're talking about demolishing the building, and then they want to talk about, being pro-life. Like, I don't know if they've been to America, but this country has been a fucking wasteland for the fucking longest. You know what I'm saying? It is so easy to die in America, and they're sitting here talking about, the life. And I'm like, so if you actually care about life, why don't you actually fucking have resources for people who are suffering through mental health? Why don't you pay every single person living and working in the United States a living wage so they can actually participate in the economy that you babble about every single motherfucking time a crisis happens? Like, they're literally walking contradictions for this shit. They literally are. And every single time we try to have this conversation, a serious conversation, mind you, it's always back to the same stupid ass talking points. So yeah, Roe v. Wade, like, y'all got it the fuck wrong. And it's gonna bite you in the motherfucking ass.
But how will it bite them?
You said what?
How will it bite them?
It's happening
answer
right
that.
now as we speak.
I got an answer for that.
Oh, yeah, please.
It is literally happening right now as we speak.
All right.
Okay.
Let me ask a question real quick. How many times have we heard, or hell, even used right here amongst ourselves, those who ignore history are doomed to repeat it?
Bruh, you see, Dion, the thing is, you're absolutely right, but this is the United States. They not only repeat mistakes, they make it into a law. They make it law.
You know what?
Peep this. Hold up. Peep this. So, not even all that long ago, I want to say 40, 50 years ago, something like that, right? Romania, they put a ban on basically anything meant to stop childbirth or pregnancy, contraceptives, abortion, the whole nine. They banned all that shit some decades ago, right? Now, here's what happened. Over the years, you saw, the obvious spike in childbirth, since they couldn't even, go through the means to prevent pregnancy. Because guess what? You ain't gonna stop people from fucking. That's one thing that's not gonna happen, regardless of what laws you do or don't change. You are not gonna stop people from fucking.
That was the point I wanted to make.
So
yeah, go ahead.
This is what ended up happening to all those extra babies in Romania, right? Basically, they were running with similar mindset to America, which helped. I recall a clip where during the Roe v. Wade trial or whatever, to go through this whole process, talking about how we need more workers, blah blah blah. That was basically Romania's fucking talking point for the bullshit they did, but it backfired because you got to remember, Romania ain't at the time, I'm sure, wasn't exactly all that well off of a country. So you have children being born with all these medical issues and being born into families that don't have the means to take care of them. So what did Romania do? They started this big weird ass adoption program where people in other countries can fucking adopt one of these Romanian children. But then that backfired because now you got people who are adopting these kids completely unaware of what type of medical, physical, mental, whatever conditions these children might have. So people started shipping these kids straight back to Romania in droves because they didn't know what to do with them.
Yeah, this is why I
So
don't.
yeah,
This is why I don't believe it should be banned. And I also believe I am pro-choice, but at the same time, I'm like, there's a reason I'm pro-choice is because the solution to all this is so simple, but it's interesting.
can
The
I add one
solution
more thing real
is
quick?
simple because my thing is, hold on, we're not thinking, we're talking about, what the laws are, what's allowed, and this, that, and the other. I'm glad that it's available. Huh.
But
I got
to
high. But the
shit,
the problem is they have it's avoidable because it's simple to prevent from happening. It's simple to prevent. I don't. This is why I don't understand why do we as men always have to nut up in a woman? Like always have to do it. Why don't we practice between the realms of what celibacy and what semen retention? How about safe sex? How about condoms? How about the morning after pill? Plan B, things of that nature. These things exist, and it's strange because this is why I'm pro-choice, because I'm like, what if it pops? Or what if the pill didn't work? Like you guys really didn't want that to happen, But that compared, that's not like the main. Usually, a lot of people just go and do the fucking shit, and it's insane, and it's our people, which is a shame. And I'm like, all you gotta do is have some self control, yo. I'm like, that's why I said it should not be banned because we are gonna fucking fuck. That's the thing, we are. That's why I fucking agree. That's why I'm like, if you ban it outright, what the fuck you think is gonna happen? These people are with their loved ones. They're compelled. This is a human thing, yo. Don't do that. How the fuck is a ban gonna work? But at the same time, you have the freedom to do it. Let's make sure that's never the case. That's what the focus should be. Let's make sure we don't get to that point. Let's make sure that in the meantime, while we're in this experience, one of the main factors of a fucking relationship, these are how this is how the ancients did it. So why don't we like talking about ancestors this, ancestors that. Did you know that that's what they did? And I'm like, so this is not new. We were bombarded. I mean, come on, we were bombarded. At least that's the one thing that school taught that was true. We're this. They were on our case. We had those people visit, in the auditorium, telling them their problem. Make sure you wear this. Make sure you do. You don't want to. And this shit still happens. Why? Because what we're bombarded with, the type of culture we're in. And I'm like, me. Thank God that I was always careful, So, because I'm lucky enough to not have had that as a problem or as an inconvenience to my life, where I have met the one. So I'm like, I know I can release in there now. I don't have to. No fucking deal with a condom and all the I'm allergic to latex, so dealing with all that shit. So imagine what I had to go through.
Okay.
Can I
I'm
add
like,
something
this
real
is
quick?
how it should be. People need to focus on this world, and this will not be a problem. we can only focus on the
Hold up.
cases where it's rape or
Oh
or
Lord.
you know, things of that nature. That or if the woman's at risk at birth and this and the other, and that wasn't a factor before, and you know, or they took a chance but seeing it didn't work this time, you know, these choices that will be, and how many of those choices will be in comparison to what we're dealing with now because of the strategic placing of them, the culture we live in, and this that, and the other. Look where we are. We have to argue about this shit where we don't even have to, really, if you think about it.
Hey, two things real quick. First off, when you brought up women in cases of like, oh, at-risk pregnancies, you did kind of tap into one of the things I was about to say. Think about the situations where a woman gets pregnant and something happens that's detrimental to not just her health but her life, and the only way to save this woman is to terminate that pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
That it's shit like that. I feel like, on top of everything else you just said, it is situations like that also that were not considered, for one,
Yeah,
and
that's why I'm like, don't ban the shit.
for two, I read some talking about, oh, if you pay attention to, who's making these decisions, who's presenting this case, the judges handling the case or whatever. This is about white people trying to replenish their numbers because they're scared of becoming a minority.
They're the loudest.
Dion, how often does
But
that happen? Where it's just like, the woman's not going to live through the pregnancy. How often?
it
So like,
it depends. It depends because it's all kinds of different conditions, illnesses, and other shit that can cause that. I can't give a
I
definite answer to that
understand that,
question.
but how often does that happen? Like, I'm not even arguing that it
It's
don't happen. I'm literally wondering how
as
often does
far
that
as I
happen?
know,
Because
it's
I see.
rare. As far as I know, it's rare that a woman is, in a position like that. But it's still something to think about.
Can I get some?
Yeah. Go ahead, Crystal.
Crystal hasn't said a word.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
So, so and I'm probably saying it wrong, but just fuck it. It's ectopic pregnancies because a lot of women use IUDs. Um, a lot of the times that messes up fertility for a lot of women. Um, does anyone know what an ectopic pregnancy
It's
Oh, what?
it's when a fertilized egg is still trapped in a woman's fallopian tube, basically.
wrap? Then it can kill her. And most of those situations is caused because women are utilizing IUD things in their uterus. Also, can lead to infertility as well. So with this whole situation, I'm gonna be the bad guy when it comes to talking about the Roe versus Wade. Um, I understand that a lot of women think that this is the worst thing in the world to happen to them. I would only say in the cases of where women were raped, molested, and they're now being told by what state they're in, okay, that they cannot get an abortion, okay. But a majority of the time, the case, it's the fact that women are not making smart choices, laying down with men that don't give a fuck about them. So that's something to think about as well. I would say the worst thing to happen to womankind is feminists. So, let's.
Mm.
And the second thing is, this Roe versus Wade is just a way for women to victimize their situation. If you are really, really for abortions and you know that you're not going to take accountability for who you decide to fuck, move to a state that gives you the freedom that you so choose. And we also need to keep in mind, because I know that there's a lot of memes and TikTok videos going out there that's really full of bullshit. If you are not a if you're not dog tag, now when I say dog tag, that's my terminology of saying to myself, okay, well, I have to let the doctor know every fucking thing I'm doing. So if I was pregnant and I wanted to get an abortion, I'm going to go to the doctor now, let him know I'm pregnant so that if the courts was to pull a case on me because I got an abortion in another state, I can get indicted on murder charges. Now, being
Ooh.
in going to the doctor and letting know everything. There's a TikTok video going around that is just over fucking dramatic. We all know that people are smart, I like to think. And no one's going to go to the fucking doctor to see if they're pregnant. They're going to go to the state that allows abortion, then see if they're pregnant, then get the abortion. Can we agree? So it's a lot of this representation of what people would do in that situation. Um, on TikTok and wherever else. I really think that people need to stop like making this a big deal. And if you know that your rights is being taken advantage of, go to the state that allows you to be whatever the fuck you want to be when it comes to your sexual um or the way that you do things. Like it's really not a fucking big deal in my opinion. Because no one's yelling at the top of their lungs when it's children being kidnapped every fucking day. So the way that everybody's in the street for this, I can't have my abortion, they need to be in the streets with a lot of missing fucking kids, a lot of adults that's being kidnapped for organs. I just think that the way that everybody's going so versus Wade, they should go hard for other things that won't lead to this.
This is why I believe everybody should have, their own bodily autonomy, rights to their own body. Nobody can tell them what to fucking do with it. This is why I believe it. I believe that through everything, through abortions. I don't care. Even if you have that right, yo, for real. So like, if let's say I got trapped, right, and she's doing this on purpose, to fucking hurt me. At the same time, it's her right. It's in her body. It's her right. That's why I'm like, yo, I don't agree with it. I wish it doesn't happen. We can actually prevent that from happening. Watch you fucking nutting. But at the same time, I believe, even if I was in that situation, I believe like, you know what, it's her right though. So I'm gonna do what I can to, convince her not to. But it's her right. I can't stop her right from doing that. That's how I am about bodily rights. Like if it's your fucking body, yo, you know what? I can't say anything to you. I can't tell you what to fucking do with it. That's me all the way around when it came to the vaccination and all that shit. Everything.
But here's the thing. Everybody's really, really utilizing their rights. Everybody's scared. If you go to a physician's office and you end up being pregnant and you know that the person that, if the woman knows that the person is abusive, it hasn't been proven, they haven't went to the court and got a restraining order against them because they're so in love with them, then 2 months later they really can't take this person anymore and they actually want to get an abortion. Yes, that's an extreme situation, but at the same time I'm like, all right, you know what is going on, you know the person you picked is full of shit. And why would you stay in a facility that can give your medical information away? You shouldn't have signed anything of medical release records. Know your rights. Have a contract with that facility that you're going to care for, and make sure that they are under your contract to not share that information or you can sue. It's a lot of rights we're not utilizing. And I can understand why the Roe versus Wade situation would really be fucked up for anyone that's not utilizing their rights in its full extent.
Okay. I do have a question. First, Christian, you basically said most of the shit I said. Especially the part about I even though I think it's such that this shit is taken away. I know a lot of people like when they go to the extremities, even though it's a fair fair argument, but it's like that's why I asked how often does it happen? Where it's just like the birth of the birth of the baby could kill the mother. I know it happens. I always wonder how much does it happen, or you know, um, there might be something wrong with the baby, so you do have to terminate it, or you might have a stillborn, or things like that. But I know that most of these people, and I don't want to sound like an asshole when I'm saying this, but I know that most people that usually have this are irresponsible with their choices, which is why, like I've always said, it's like, well, what now? I said, well, you got to be smarter than who you sleep with, and I know a lot of people have problems with that, which I don't understand why. I'm telling you, like, just be careful who you have sex with, which is something you should be doing in the first place. But
Accountability.
is it? But I understand that, but it's just like you can't be that stupid where it's just like, oh, I just need this to have a backup plan. It's just even if they never overturn this, like it should be in the back of my mind is like, if this man is going to make me a wife or a mother before he's making me a mother, or I'm looking at a girl, is she crazy? Do I really want her to be the mother of my kids? And is she going to put me through all this baby mama drama bullshit and all that? I don't I don't know.
Mm,
It's like I feel like both genders, and I'm saying this on both genders, we
yeah,
really should be smart in who the fuck we lay with. That
yeah,
way we wouldn't get in this situation at all. It's like I know a lot of people hate it when you say, hey, try to be abstinence or celibacy isn't really key, but it is like 100% bullet. It's like I would say close to 100%. You don't want a kid, don't have sex. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But Ray,
mm, mm,
Bruh, I'm not even religious, but it's just that because, like, when I went to school, I said, okay, and I'm trying to get back on my feet. The last thing I was like, the last thing I need to do is have a kid. So I'm gonna just shut it all down. And I'm not gonna lie, that shit fucking sucked. I'm not gonna actually this is really fucking hard, especially when you go into school with a bunch of attractive women, and it's just like most of the time you just want to bust one of them down. I'm being
Hmm.
I'm being
Hmm.
I'm being fucking serious. Why
I
this dude?
no,
There
I'm
was
with you. I'm with you. Don't worry.
why this dude? There was a couple times where a couple of them hugged me, and I looked like I was about to break, and I was like.
Yo.
It's like I understand, but I did it though, and it's just like because I didn't want kids. It's just like, but this shit fucking sucks. And that's like it was funny because people ask me, it's just like, what's it like being abstinent? I said, this fucking sucks because you want to fuck everything.
Lord.
Ray, you know my story, yo. You already know
Yeah, I know your
my
story.
fucking.
I don't mean to be all vulgar and shit, but yeah,
But
let's
yeah,
just.
let's just
But you know, do what you got to do. I see Material like done joined the meeting. What's good, girl?
Why you have to call me out that loud? You
He
could have
does that
just
to
silently.
I
everybody.
do that to
Ray,
everybody that's joined in.
Well,
And plus,
I was gonna say this, isn't but it's still available within the state sector. So not every state has completely abandoned abortion. You just can't certain states you just can't do it in your state. You just might have to drive out to get it done.
yeah, I feel sorry for all them red states.
damn.
I mean,
I
yeah,
I
in
don't see
Maryland
no
we good. I don't know about
honestly.
But
Florida, but I know
are
Maryland
some of them
we good.
are some of it like I'm wondering because I haven't really looked into this to make sure. But I'm sure there are some states, like maybe red states, that still allow it due to certain circumstances.
There is it's not really
Isn't that
red or
like pretty much
blue
spread
states and
out?
stuff like that. Certain states just do not want it. Like I know Texas, they was fighting hard for it way before the whole Roe versus Wade thing. They had already was putting a ban on it
Oh
in their
yeah.
own state.
Hmm. They're
So
fighting hard.
it's certain states that just did not want it. And
Alabama said
but
snip, ho. That's
yeah,
what
some
Alabama said.
states you can
Snip, ho.
still you can drive up to it. If your state don't allow it, you just drive up to a state that do allow it. Now, if you ain't got the funding to drive up to states that do allow it or fly to states that do allow it, then I know you should just be real thoughtful about who you sleep with because there's a possibility they might even, remove what's it called, child support. So y'all might want to be real mindful who y'all sleep with.
Oh, they do that. All
But
hell
I
no
wanna
breaking
fuck.
If they remove child support, people really gonna be real cautious
Oh,
about who they
all
sleep with.
all hell is going to break loose. You you thought it was bad when they stormed the Capitol. Hell, half Republicans. Uh, okay, let me ask this other question. Since they overturned this, do you think that they're gonna overturn other laws like Brown versus Board of Education or the one with the interracial marriage? Maybe that is Brown. But
They need
or
to
is that?
start with the interracial marriage one because I'm tired.
Wait,
I mean, love
This
is love. Love who you love, but you niggas is annoying.
Hmm.
You fucking have taking pictures in plantation fields and fucking marrying the fucking the ugliest, decrepit versions of people and
Yo,
bro,
mm,
there's a
y'all not
new
doing
one,
that.
son. There's a new one I heard today, where like interracial, and they're young. They're like teens to early adults, and it's interracial, couples, and they have this rap song playing, and then it'll switch up to one of those old school mammy songs, like the songs you hear in like slave music. It'll play to, and they're
oh
laughing
God.
about it. They're down with it. It's a running joke. I found that out today. I saw it, and I was like, "What the? Is this real?" They got him
I
early, son. Yo, I don't know.
honestly speaking, I don't understand how any of these laws is lost.
Stupid people.
Like how, um,
Some of these laws are hundreds of years old. It's like the
like
it's like military. We realize some of the military laws are hundreds and hundreds of years old, and it really hasn't been altered nor changed. They're just there. Like
even if it was
that's
to
why
overthrow, let's say interracial marriages, half these people ain't married anyways.
A lot of
So
these
many
laws
people
are
ain't married. You
orchestrated.
can't stop people from dating. What you gonna do? Just send
Don't
everybody to
touch my
prison for
white
dating
women.
each other or getting married? Most of these people are not getting married nowadays. They just having kids.
You know, when you say that, it's like, bruh, what am I living in? What time is this?
Like the law made sense back in the days when slavery was happening, but today, day and
it did
age,
not make
it
it did not
you
make sense.
overthrowing it don't change anything. Most people got private practice. Like if you say you're gonna find somebody for doing, let's say, abortion in a private clinic,
A lot.
they just gonna charge the person the fine price.
You gotta realize a lot of these laws are orchestrated just so we could fight about it. Because again, why are we fighting? Why is there an issue with marijuana? Why that's not like full blown legal? Where
Because
it's the cause
marijuana
of
is bad.
all the it's the cause of all the cartel and all that shit. And I'm like, but it doesn't do it. Like, there's not a case at all. But you have
And the word
a
my
plethora from drinking, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? These things are orchestrated, yo, just so we argue about it, just so we could and not do anything about it. They just and
It's
that's
all,
how these people get elected. Like you're in favor
but
of
when
this
you look
thing
at
that
the
we
marijuana
orchestrated,
law,
go
the
on that
law
line
was
and use it. It's
but when
insane.
you look at the marijuana law, it was initially placed in to send people to prison. Then they literally canceled the law they made to then make it legalized. So it was like you created a law to make it illegal to place people in prison. Then you turned around and made a law to make it legal. So y'all should have
That's why it was
overthrown the first
orchestrated.
law.
Exactly, and that's why it was orchestrated, so that can happen. There's a reason
But then
for
you
that.
would have to you would have to return everybody from that initial law. So
And you understand a lot of these laws are against black people. That's what's funny about it. Like a lot of them affects us the
yes,
most.
yes.
And that's the reason why these laws were orchestrated.
Which
You
is
know,
which is why they say when the white people get cold, black people get the flu.
and that's why when Biden and Clinton, when they did the three strikes law, this is how they orchestrated it so it can come into effect. They made sure that it was the president and the party that the black people favored that passed it, so they can go through some mental gymnastics, the black voters now, to justify them locking their own up. That's why a lot of black people back then, when that was happening on the Democrat side, was like, of course, yeah, get this riffraff off the street, not thinking like, but this could affect you if mistaken identity or something. Like, wouldn't you want to be able to fight? That's not what if you do lose that case? At least it won't be this bad. What are you doing? We don't go there.
By the way, all of this is happening during Biden administration. I feel that man is never getting reelected.
That man should have been reelected in the first place. Bro,
Hey,
let me tell you
Biden might as
something.
well just go home.
He's not gonna make it to the end of the
You know
year.
what's so
I'll
crazy?
tell you that right now for a fact. He's not making it to the end of the year.
I used to be so against him. I used to be like, I'm team not with it. But then I came to the realization that he was placed into that position because he was the only one that could do it.
Do what?
Exactly what the hell's happening right
Yeah.
now. We gotta be honest about the situation. There is no other person that was running.
Some
I'm
people are
talking
saying
the preliminaries, all of that. No other person could, easily do all the stuff he is doing now. They wasn't gonna get it with Trump. That was the definite no. He didn't listen to them in the first run. In the second run, he definitely wasn't gonna listen to them because he ain't got no third run to do. So the vaccines, the mandates of the vaccine, Trump is definitely gonna be like, hell no. Reopening the communications between China and America, Trump is not having it. So I was like, at this point, you come to a realization. The only person they could easily, put into the office that could easily do what they need him to do is him. And he is doing exactly what is needed, that was supposed to happen. Now, is it waking up the black community? Hell no. The black people can still sleep. But
I've been seeing videos of people like, I miss Trump. I don't, but I've been seeing it where people say, I miss Trump. This shit wasn't like
them straight capping. Something happened, they be missing him.
Mm-hmm.
The moment something great happened, all of a sudden, yeah, he was there. That's capping.
That's why they're laughing while they're saying it. Like, you can never straight face, then be like, you know what?
They only miss
I
him.
think I made a mistake. I really miss Trump. You're not
when
gonna hear it
when they
way.
struggling bad, all of a sudden. But the moment you say something crazy, all of a sudden they team with it. So I ain't playing for them capping games.
I don't miss Trump at all. I don't.
He was one of the best businessmen, best politician. Boy, he had the economy going up. Even though his mouth was ruthless.
I disagree with that so much, but go ahead. I disagree.
His mouth was ruthless, but it really didn't, bother me as much as I guess the media wanted it to bother me.
Yeah, the whole grabbing by the pussy. I didn't care about the whole grabbing by the pussy. I actually thought that was kind of funny, but that's just.
Every time I could hear you saying it.
That's probably why. He and I do share the same birthday, so I'm
for real.
Yeah, get your man's, Ray.
I'm dead ass. I'm pretty
sure.
Why would you claim that? Why would you even mention?
He doesn't though. I don't think Ray claims it, but it's just a funny coincidence.
Yeah, I don't claim it. It's one of those things where it's like Wallace, no, my other boy, where it's just like he's there, and it's just like, yep, that's him.
Damn.
He's like, "Is that your boy?" And it's just like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." What's that mean? When it's just like, "Oh, this the Steve Wilkos meme? This your man?" Yeah, I'm stick by him. That's that's just kind of like how I look at it now.
Somebody got to take responsibility, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, it has to be you.
Hashtag whose man is this?
Oh my gosh. but 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 I don't think the Brown versus Board of Education, or I think someone said he might take away gay marriage or some shit like that. I said no because that done made the economy too much money. I don't see him taking away that. So um I don't see him taking away nothing that's gonna make him money, like uh all them all them damn laws they didn't bring in and some shit like that. They barely could touch guns anyway. I think this is the one that like they could just get rid of because it really doesn't make them that much money, give or take, anyway. So, and plus, you could make a like anybody who has stock in like Plan B, like they're making money because those things are supply and demand now. Um, any last words before we move on to the next topic?
Uh, you can wait until marriage. It's not on. It's not in. Right?
If you like it, you must sure put a ring on it.
Wow.
Oh oh
Put them on to
oh.
make them want to marry me.
All right, stop. Just stop. Because
That's
goddamn.
just costly.
Did Beyonce drop an
Shit.
album? Did Beyonce drop an album today, or is it?
It's a song.
No, she just dropped a song supposedly, but people ain't feeling it, or I don't know what the situation is.
I
I
like
ain't
the
heard the
house.
whole song
I,
yet. So,
I like that. I like the little house music joint. That was kind of lit, but
ooh, Drake's house music.
I don't fucking know that bad. Fucking with Beyonce to take my soul thing,
Oh, break my soul or something like that.
break my soul. Why I say take my soul, break my soul. Yeah, I actually like that song.
I don't even know. People keep saying Beyonce's she's doing a comeback, but I don't know when she left. That's why I'm so confused as to what this comeback is for. Because I swear she just dropped the album. Wasn't the Lion King album was less than almost a year ago or what?
It was
Don't tell
more
me that
than
was
a
like
year
4 years
ago.
ago.
That she was just recently on the soundtrack for
The
what's it
Will
called?
Smith joint. I mean, the
Yeah,
sisters.
what? Yeah, the one about the their father and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, she did the Super Bowl. What 2 years ago? 3 years ago? Who knows? Whatever year ago.
Then you
Where she,
had Big Teller,
so I'm like, why is y'all saying like Beyonce been gone somewhere? Like, oh, she's coming back. Like she left.
probably because
Um,
she
Overrated.
hasn't she hasn't.
Overrated.
Give me Rashad. Give me Rashad. Everybody. See material life. I do it to everybody. What's good, Q?
Beyonce is
oh
overrated.
snap!
Let's start off with that.
Boy, I don't want
Yo,
the beehive to come after you. You know I care about
Hey,
you,
look,
Q.
come on. Look,
wait
I
a
what?
minute.
What? I'm what?
Did you
What?
get married?
What? She's overrated. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I mean, I'm just not the biggest fan. I didn't say she's trash. I didn't say she's not amazing. I just feel like she's overrated, and I feel like I've heard better. I've seen better. I've heard better.
That's fair.
Oh fuck.
I'm just saying.
By the way, by the way, I'm glad you're here, Q, because we about to get into our next topic. Guess what it is?
What?
R. Kelly.
Oh, oh, oh,
Ah shit.
oh, oh,
Oh
oh.
shit.
First of all, let me
That
start.
that
First of
man
all, let
gonna
me
die
start
in
off. Let me
prison.
start off by saying it is so nice to hear from everybody in this podcast. I am so glad to be hearing from y'all. I am currently live broadcasting from Phantom Fireworks, trying to buy fireworks for these trifling ass kids. But don't judge me. Okay. But if we're talking about R.
Oh,
Kelly, I'm still waiting. I told y'all thought I was lying. I'm still waiting for this motherfucking list.
Hey, it might be coming. It might be coming.
That boy got 30 years. 30 years.
30 years.
You think
And
he gonna
mind
drop an
you,
album in the midst of his 30 years?
Nobody
What?
ain't gonna listen to the R. Kelly.
he gonna need that commissary. Yeah, he gonna drop an album.
Listen to the R. Kelly while he in jail. That nigga-
Man, what?
Oh,
Nah,
he,
but nah, nah.
somebody gonna buy
When
that
it all
motherfucker. I
when it all
guarantee you. If he
boils
drop
down
an
to it,
album, somebody gonna buy that motherfucker.
when it all boils down to it, we're gonna be counting R. Kelly in dog years because it's gonna feel like it's just like he's never getting out of jail. He
He
sung his last song, and that like it's over with. He's gonna
does
be
he?
he's gonna be the king of show and tell at the jail. He's gonna be the king of the talent show.
Mhm.
You know, it's just he might turn into Mr. Clark. You know what I'm saying from Lean on Me, but he's gonna be in jail.
Oh
Who knows?
shit.
Who
And
Does
how
he
knows?
he
get parole?
and and how he get more time than Ghislaine Maxwell?
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
I saw that on social
I was
media.
Wait,
damn it,
wait, wait, wait,
D-Wolf.
wait.
Thank you. We gonna get to that later, but thank you, D-Wolf. I was like, I'm missing something, Jelaine Maxwell, because I was like something I wanted to talk to D-Wolf about, and that's her. But go ahead, Q.
Oh, no. I'm gonna go ahead and let him go real quick.
Yeah, how you feel about Jelaine Maxwell getting 20?
20 years.
She get 20, and fucking R. Kelly get 30.
Don't even ask.
Do
Who
you
are we
think
talking
he's
about
gonna
now?
serve the full 30
Jelaine,
though? Does he get
Jelaine
parole?
Maxwell.
I
Is she
don't know
getting
that name. I don't think I know that name.
uh
She the one that
Epstein?
was taking the people to the.
She was with Epstein.
Oh, ooh,
She was handing them up. I mean, bringing them out.
ooh.
Bring them out. Bring them out.
I
uh,
mean, her
Go ahead,
getting
y'all.
that 20, her getting that 20, I guess it's fair
I feel like as a
because
mastermind, I feel like as being a mastermind in that operation, I felt
well
like she
damn.
should have got life. But I
She.
mean, when you look at her, 30 years is damn near life anyway, so it don't matter.
True.
But
If you pick,
are they getting parole? Because they might not. The Cosby didn't do his whole term, so they might just.
The Cosby got a
Cosby,
raw deal.
Cosby shouldn't have never went to jail.
Yeah, exact. That's what happened. That's how he ended up out. He was never supposed to go in.
right.
So that's how he beat his. That's how he beat his case. As far as what's her name? Maxwell. I forgot the lady. But as
Jelaine,
far as
Jelaine
No,
Maxwell.
Maxwell.
you talking about
yeah.
R. Kelly? No,
Yeah,
she deserved all of that plus
yeah, she
more.
deserves every bit of it. I feel like 30 years at the age they are is life in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
R.
Which you want me to
50,
Kelly
say?
felt like
something.
Which you
he
want
ain't
me to
gonna
tell
make
you
it in
life?
30
Bro,
years.
Which you want me to say you got life, or do you want me to say you only gonna live for 30 years? How about you spend your last 30 years behind these cells?
Live, 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 live.
I'm
But
telling
they,
Damn.
y'all,
they
R.
hit him
Kelly is
with
gonna be
they
the
hit him
greatest
with
of
the
all time.
racketeering and the sex trafficking.
Racketeering is weird because he's a one man fucking.
But
Because he's the
If
only
you're
one
the
that got fucking
but
ringleader,
Rico.
that
if
just
you're the
goes
How you
ringleader
want one
of
that
this
man
shit,
Rico
that
they're gonna
charge?
like
pin
all
that
that breaks
racketeering
down
charge on you.
when you say racketeering, all that is you're using your money or whatever you have to fund what's going on.
But it's because they got to hit him with two locations. They did one county and then another one is federal. So he gonna have to be. He ain't getting out, regardless of how he want to see it. He ain't getting out.
Yeah,
Even if
man, it's done.
they hear him for one thing, he still got the second one.
I don't know. I ain't never seen one man take a whole Rico charge by himself. That's
You
that's how
said
you know they
what?
was really trying to get his ass. Is that usually
Casanova?
the Rico charge, there's someone else with you. That nigga
Casanova?
takes it.
Casanova is definitely taking a Rico charge by himself.
It- well,
Casanova's not snitching.
what
That's
about
why
the
he's
girl?
not taking.
But what about the girl that
Damn.
used to pick up the girls?
Ghislaine Maxwell. Was it? She was with Epstein, right?
No, I'm talking about R. Kelly, the one from Surviving R. Kelly, and she used to go pick up the girls to bring to R.
She
Kelly.
testified against him.
Oh, so she pleaded. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everybody testified against R. Kelly. That's why he's in that's why he's by himself.
Damn.
Yeah, he threw, he threw.
Well, he ain't educated, so.
I ain't hog tie nobody.
Damn.
What is hog tie?
Well, I think he did.
How you even hold time? Yeah,
He'll learn
hold.
how to read in prison. He'll get an education in prison. He'll learn how to read in prison.
He'll believe he can fly
Have
in prison.
finances in prison. He gonna by the time he get out in his 90s, he gonna be well educated.
He not getting out.
How old is he right now? He like 60, right?
Bruh, he got
By
a
the
whole
way,
nother,
He
he has
like
a
I
whole
heard
nother
what you
case in
fucking said.
Chicago. Did y'all not know
You ain't
that?
slick.
He's fighting a whole nother case. That boy ain't getting out no time soon.
What did I miss?
He'll be home at 90. He might even drop a whole nother album.
I
It
wish,
might.
Shit.
Listen to
I
no
wish the
90
fuck he
old
would.
ass R.
Hello.
Kelly.
Oh.
He don't make no money
He
now.
gonna come out of
He
jail as
gonna have
Reverend
$3 in his
Robert
bank
Kelly.
account.
He gonna change his whole persona to Reverend Robert Kelly.
Let's just
Man.
wait for the list. Let's just wait
But
for
I mean,
the
goddamn, I mean, goddamn it, it took forever for the man to go to jail for what he did. It took damn near 20 years, ass load of fucking evidence, a TV show
Oh,
to make a
longer than
parody,
that.
and then another TV show to document everything that he did and talk about it for his ass to go to jail.
Yeah, they was really trying to get his ass. I think that one was trying to prove a point.
Well,
And to think, Lifetime should get because they the reason all of this is possible. Damn, I guess Lifetime meant your ass gonna be in jail for a lifetime.
well, Trey Songz,
Damn.
be careful because if Lifetime do an episode on him, he gonna be done for. Yeah.
That's fucked up. They did a whole documentary on R. Kelly, but they ain't do nothing on Harvey Weinstein.
Oh, you know Oprah gonna protect her mans.
Oh yeah.
Oprah gonna protect that one.
Shit is the shit is sickening.
Uh,
Ray, you had responded to what I said before I got cut off.
yeah, I said, how do you feel about Jelaine Maxwell getting 20 and R. Kelly getting 30?
Oh yeah, that's a problem. Oh man, it's funny. I'm like, see how the black man gets, So my thing is either that or because the thing is, who she trafficked them to? Like nobody, where's the proof that it happened? So that has to be known. And we heard from the victims, but we don't know. And a lot of these names are celebrities as well. So I'm like, so what did she say to get only 20? Whose names did she say? Because they're like, I'm playing a whole thing in my head. Like what probably happened behind the scenes? Because that doesn't make sense. Because like, what did he compared? How does this work? To what she did? She and her husband, they were partners in this. Don't make it seem like she's she's procuring them. And I think her father was involved in shit like this too. So it's like, anyway, yeah, it makes zero sense. I mean, yeah, R. Kelly should pay for his crime, but how does this compute?
She got the complexion for the protection.
I guess because she was only moving them. If she was doing it too, then it would be different. They felt like R. Kelly was too extreme. She was only moving them. That's probably the reason. That's the argument they fought. Because the names that she was moving them to is. Now I need to see. I want to see that. But I bet for a fact that is going to be definitely top secret, the highest clearance of clearances to be able to see that. There's gonna be a whole lot of black lines because some politicians, some celebrities, some business owners.
Shit.
You got to be on that list.
I seen the Epstein flight log, yo. That shit's insane.
Yeah,
So he was on
it was even going through private jets. Oh man,
Mhm.
that was some big
That
coinage spent out.
that Mile High Club is a motherfucker, huh?
It's crazy.
Oh shit. Uh, any last words before we move on to our next topic?
You better protect your kids out here.
Yeah. And and thank you for that transition material life. And speaking of kids, I believe everybody in here have seen that video where the woman was arguing with her baby daddy about giving McDonald's to the one kid and not to the other kids. And she ended up throwing the food on the ground and trying to quote unquote expose that man.
Oh,
And
that
then
was an extra to the video.
I knew this one was coming. That's why I said fuck them kids when we started.
yeah, and then
I
turns
didn't
out
know
she did.
it was that. I thought it was just he came over there, but I didn't know there was more to it. I didn't see the extended version.
No, no,
Bruh.
that whole video. I guess that whole video you saw it was the whole thing where she said, yeah, she only like they only have one kid together. She got like three other
Four.
kids, but three other. She has four kids, and one of them is his. The three others by three different other men, and like she tried to expose him, and then turns out everybody was looking at her like she was wrong. She ended up doing another video, and she basically doubled down. So I want to ask the panel: uh, Was the
Was
man
the
wrong?
man wrong?
Was the
um,
man
Was the
wrong?
man wrong?
Where's the echo
Where's
coming
the
from?
echo coming from? No
not my
idea.
end. Um,
Was the man wrong for only giving food to the one kid?
No.
well, if you look at it
Hell
as
no,
if
he
it was
wasn't.
real,
Huh?
if it was real, I'll let someone else go. Go ahead.
I mean,
I
him
mean,
giving him giving
him
his child McDonald's is her fault because she has kids by other men. You should expect the father of that particular child to take care of that particular child. Why is he in charge of the other ones?
My question is, why are you in a position where you can't feed these kids your damn self?
Because, man, we're men. We got to take care of everything, you know?
If she can't afford to feed them, she don't need custody of the motherfuckers, first of all.
I don't think. Well, she didn't have the
And
option to abort.
second, we're not gonna go back to that. But second, as as previously mentioned, someone beat me to it. Where are these other kids' daddies? Fuck are they doing?
So I just step out for a second, but I'm back. Wasn't it revealed to be a skit?
Was it?
It was, but like I say, for everything, art imitates life. Women I've heard women actually say this that like, especially when they say if you're most single mothers when they out there dating is like my kids are a package deal. When they like have they package they deal like if you date me, you gotta like help me with the kids or some shit like that. I've heard women say shit like this before.
And I said in the chat earlier, if y'all are package deal, that means when I get rid of your ass, I get rid of these goddamn kids.
I don't think it was a skit. I think she was embarrassed that everybody went at her
If it
that
was
hard.
just this, if
No,
it was
there's
just
a
a skit, she wouldn't have came back with that stupid
no.
second video.
There's
The
a
only
photo
reason
that
I
came
don't
out,
think it's a skit because she blurred his face.
and wasn't there a photo that no, they there was a photo that came out with them smiling.
Why is she fronting like
Like
that?
they were together, showing that was a skit. They were together afterwards. There was a photo that came out,
I don't know, man. But if
Whatever.
that was the case, why she blur his
and now,
face?
and now that's what they're talking about.
Ain't see
On
shit up.
YouTube. That's
Oh,
what they're
man.
talking about now. Like that's what's trending on YouTube. Like, oh, it was a skit the whole time. So
Mm.
First, first of all, skit or no skit. You done have you have 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. I don't care how many kids you choose to have. When the dad brings food, the dad bringing food to the mom for the kid to eat, his kid to eat, is already an issue. Why
Mm.
can't he just take the kid with him and be like, "Girl, I want to spend some time with my son," and then go feed him? Because you already know she's struggling, can't take support, can't take care. She don't want to let you have that kid. She rather be struggling with all four of them, than to let you have that kid and then have the nerve to complain about you bringing food for your one child. And and
All right, go.
so now when you do bring food for your one kid amongst his 4 or 5 or 6 other siblings, now they all looking at him eating, looking sad, depressed. Now he uncomfortable eating. It's just a mess. Then at nighttime they really gonna be acting up, talking about something. He think he better. That's just it's just a bad setup for another setup. At this point, she should just go ahead, send that the kid to the daddy, and be like, I can't do it right now. I got these other three. The child supports come in for the other threes, but the dads just don't. They pay the child support, but they ain't gonna be active in the life. He paying child support and active in the life. Because if you complain about him bringing food for his one child, I know for a fact you put him on child support. That's not even a question.
All right. So even if this was a skit, why would you voluntarily further the destruction and stereotypes of Black women and men?
You
So,
better talk, Crystal.
so at the end of the day, I wouldn't even show my face just on that fact fucking alone. Second of all, any woman to knock food out of a man's hand when he's bringing it for his son or daughter, you're trifling. At the end of the day, you just trifling. Because here's the thing: if he feel like he got to bring food every day for his one son or one daughter, your ass don't know how to cook. Y'all could have come to agreement and say, "Hey, look, I don't like my son with you bringing McDonald's every fucking day. Can we talk about the nutritional factors first? Second of all, tell him to bring some ground beef or chicken, make an agreement, say, hey, if you bring this food, I'll give you a plate or whatever. So all your kids can eat. Say if he's not that type of mature adult to know when to negotiate, then you just say, okay, well, then you need to bring a better meal for him because McDonald's every fucking day is going to kill him or her. Um, or just take the child, spend time with them, and then buy when you're out with him. If you do, if or have an agreement where you have money, and when you can afford McDonald's, then you can coordinate with your baby daddy and keep it moving. But all of those scenarios did not one time come into this so-called skit, which I'm choosing really not to believe. I'm going to have to do more research. But for her to come on to to save her ass, I truly believe it wasn't a skit, and I think that if it was distasteful. I think that this is the problem with today. Everybody's looking for clout, and if you ask me, she just played that role a little too fucking well. That's all I gotta say. Thanks, Material.
All I'm
You
gonna say
that's why
is,
I was in disbelief when I was like,
gotta
what?
unite.
Nah, that seemed too real.
if you ever knock food out my hand or you throw it, don't ever ask me for shit again. That shit, is- that shit is disrespectful.
And gas is high right now. That's just
You-
Mm,
to be out here just throwing people food because they had to drive. Nah, that wasn't no damn skit. She was shocked because if she had did the same skit 2 or 3 years ago, people was all with it. All the females was united. Oh,
mm,
he trifling, this and that. She did that skit in 2022. She was surprised
No,
because
people.
this same thing happened a few years ago. There was the same video that went viral like this some few years ago, and all the females was like, "Why would he bring food for just his son? Oh, that's messed up. Why didn't you bring for everybody?" But in 2022, all the females is like, I guess now they pregnant and they thinking differently.
Mm,
Or
Shit.
you have to, because in my situation, I'm in a similar situation where my first child's not my ex-husband's child, but I'll be damned, as fucked up as the first father of my first child is, I'm never gonna put his dumb ass on video. Why? Because my child still gotta lift her head up and walk around on this damn earth when I'm gone. Why would I want to give people that don't know my fucking daughter ammo against her? That's sensitive information. And plus, why would I fucking want to film the person that I just might kill and be a social? Like, do I dumb? The
Well,
fuck?
damn.
Just keeping it real. Like, I'm
Chris, Chris, I was all with you. I'm like, go ahead, finish snap and all. And then you said that. I was like, time out. If the FBI listening, I ain't with it.
Took a sharp left, huh?
But I was with you in the beginning half though. I was there with you. Like, why would you put that to your kids have to like go to school and say like, yo, isn't that your daddy? Just
mm,
embarrassed. Or isn't that his car? Embarrassed.
mm.
That's like your mama embarrassed. Oh, that's where y'all be your mom work at, right? Embarrassed. And then they're gonna always talk about that.
Jesus. Long me. Oh, I'm not. Thank you, Christopher. I can always count on you when it comes to. I do agree with you though. It's not my, if the other kids aren't my kids, they're not my obligation. But I will say this after a while, because I know I can, like, McDonald's, he's going to either get sick or it's going to get bad health. It's like, can anyone cook in that house? That's
McDonald's,
the first thing. What was you, what,
he got the kids some restaurant food because McDonald's is extra expensive too.
yeah, McDonald's ain't cheap no more. You- that's sad to say. It's like McDonald's ain't cheap no more. No, but I've seen, like, I don't know about y'all, but up here I know, like, I you could at least feed a good family of four with $20 if you just get some stuff from Giant and like some like chicken, like some a whole chicken thighs and some rice or some mac and cheese and some shit like that. You could at least feed them that way, and at least get seconds. That way they won't at least be starving for the night or,
She
or
could have
something
bought a
like.
rice cooker from
I,
Walmart. She could have bought a big bag of rice. She could have easily bought some. She could have made food. It ain't hard to make food, and if she's struggling that bad, she should have took herself to that. What's those things? The salvate, whatever the people that give food out. Because I'm not about to say some wrong name. Food drive locations. She could have easily went there. So I just don't got the sympathy.
it's the one thing I've always said Caribbeans and Africans do better than Black Americans is that, like, sometimes we just lazy, we don't want to cook, and we'll just go get McDonald's because it's quick instead of just like going to the store and cooking for the food. Or I know, like, in some African countries, they like prep food for the month and they got a bunch of food stored for the month, so they don't have to worry about like missing a meal or the kids going hungry. They know how to manage their food at least. And like it may be rice, but rice at least goes a long way. It may be, you know stuff here and there. But one thing I do say this: they know how to prepare. They know how to prep and prepare for the long run. I always said the one thing about Caribbeans and the Africans, they know how to do that. I feel like for Black Americans, we just get lazy sometimes, and like we don't know. Sometimes we just get the McDonald's, but McDonald's sometimes that don't even last the whole day. It's like I feel like if you want to make sure they eat, at least prep some things. You got to at least cook food for them. I understand because people, people work jobs, but it's like, but these kids still got to eat. You still got a responsibility. So
Pop that little crock pot, put a little roast in there, put some vegetables in there, take a little bag of rice, put in the rice cooker. At this point, it's too easy to cook.
What can she sacrifice that you see on her that can easily pay for food?
that damn, the ugly ass makeup and the ugly ass weave she got on her head. That's
So
what.
Mhm,
raise
I,
up. Well,
mhm,
raise up because I didn't know what she was.
Bro, let me just say something. If a woman got on me for feeding my child, nigga, we gonna have problems. You really getting on me for feeding my motherfucking child, a child we made together. Me and you made this child, and you gonna get mad at me that I'm feeding the child. And because you said, oh, well, I got other children. Okay, so then talk to the other fathers. Why I gotta get punished for being a father? You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Like, what the hell? I thought we was in
mhm.
this together. The hell is your other baby daddy's fucking up that much that I gotta fucking chip in for all four of these kids?
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yes,
saying? You got
yeah.
poor pussy management.
No,
I'm the
you
best
picked the
you ever got
wrong.
if that's the case.
No, the way it works out is, y'all both had the option of not, accidentally having a kid or accidentally whatever the situation happened. So you went in it, and then
Oh
she
no,
has to.
you know the risk when you raw dogging with a motherfucker. At that point, whatever happens out there is no accident, bro.
It's uh, it
But
it
you
can feel
see,
like an accident. You didn't. But some people, you also don't expect them to be crazy when you getting to know them, and then you getting in it, and then all of
but
you
you
Go
fall
see,
ahead.
pregnant with the baby. That does happen too.
I mean, I'm just gonna say that, like, I mean, people are gonna raw dog. Sex feels good. We're human beings. We're gonna fucking have sex. I don't care
And
what consequences. We're gonna fuck. All right. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You have to be prepared for the consequences. You have to be prepared for the fucking consequences of fucking. Fucking leads to children. So if this woman gets pregnant, you have to bear the responsibility of the child. Now you can do the whole deadbeat dad shit, but I don't think you want to have that
Or
type of
deadbeat
stigma placed
mom.
around you. But yeah, that too. But at the same time, like, don't get mad at me for being a parent to my child exclusively because you chose to lay down with those three other men. Now, that dude that laid down with her knowing that she had three other kids by three other men, I don't know what he thought was gonna happen. He's not the magical Negro, so she's not gonna fucking give you some respite. And the fact that she even got mad at you in the first place for feeding your child, you should have seen this coming. You should have fucking seen this coming. There are three other men's energies in that body. She's gonna be tripping. I'm just saying. The
Facts.
spirits don't lie.
Mhm. Mhm.
Not three other men energy in that
Bruh.
body.
Yeah, it's probably the three other niggas through her talking to you like, what about my child though, nigga? You just gonna
yo,
feed yours? Bruh.
you you ever just
Hey,
like went off on somebody and just been like, "That's not me. I don't usually do that."
Or like somebody goes off on you and the whole time they're missing the entire point. They thought you
Yeah,
said something else when you really said this. And you're like, my nigga, why are you yelling at me when you're the one that's wrong? I
I'm
ain't
gonna
do
start
shit.
saying that. I'm gonna just start acting reckless and be like, "That's not me."
Mhm.
I don't know
I
who that
know,
is, but that ain't
I
me.
know you be. So, I mean,
It
I'm gonna
wasn't me.
start that whole. It's not me. It must be somebody else in this body.
fuck that.
It wasn't
Nah,
me.
that's the master prison. I can't use that.
I'm I'm following the voice's instructions.
oh y'all ain't shit. I just want to try to. I
That
Why
love
you
shit.
all
booing me? I'm
How
Black
right.
how
black
is
people
this
can't
news?
use that.
How is
We
this
can't
news that
use
I ain't
that.
see?
Oh shit.
White
Any
people they say it's schizophrenic, bipolar, or some shit. But the black people they ain't gonna
oh no, we don't fuck with that bipolar shit. You just take that bipolar ass somewhere the fuck else. That's it. Nah, we good on that. Any last words before we move on to our final topic?
You can
Chil-
wait until marriage.
Children in the dark make mistakes. Mistakes in the dark make children.
One band, one sound. That's what that woman done said.
I'm gonna feed my fucking child.
I'm gonna repeat what I just said again because I feel like someone needs to hear it. Children in the dark make mistakes. Mistakes in the dark make children.
I hear you, Dia.
Thank you.
Hey,
How are you
It's
doing?
these motherfuckers out
I'm
here.
good. How you
Damn.
doing, Pete?
I'm doing great, and yourself?
I'm doing good. Hey,
Okay.
your
have
smile
a
is amazing,
show again.
though.
Thank you.
That
Yours
shit's
too.
Okay.
almost that
This
shit's
last
almost
one, we gonna do another
contagious.
reaction
What the
video
fuck?
from the Pineapple Show. So
You look
this one's
young,
called
or
"God
I
maybe
look,
Gets Friend
that's just
Zones
I
in
your.
look,
Three
I
Minutes." I
look young.
want
You
y'all to
said
watch this. I would like to
Yeah.
get your opinion on
I got
this
an
one.
old soul
I'm gonna
though.
make sure the
Not
volume
about the
start. Can
age.
anybody?
How
Oh,
old are
y'all can see
you?
the video, right?
I'm 28.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
Have kids?
All right. I'm gonna play
I
it.
don't. Hey,
How are you
hey,
doing?
I'm good. How you doing, Pete?
I'm doing great, and yourself?
I'm doing good. Hey, your smile is amazing, though.
Thank you.
That
Yours
shit's
too.
almost contagious. What the fuck?
You look young, or
I
maybe
look,
that's just
I
your.
look, I look young. You said
Yeah.
I got an old soul though. It's not about the age.
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay. You have kids?
I don't.
Okay. Double negative.
Double negative. We're gonna put a plus on that. That's a positive, man. Come on, next.
I like that. I like the way that you
Come
think.
on. Hey, you sound like you got a little accent though. What do you mix with?
Belizean.
Belizean. That's very sexy.
Thank you.
You speak the native language?
English is the language there, but we speak Creole.
What? Like what kind of? I'm Haitian. We speak Creole too.
But it's Creole with a K, so it's a dialect.
Let me hear a little bit. So talk to me in your language a little bit, real quick.
Yeah, we are going.
Say it again.
Yeah, we are going. Where are you going?
Okay.
It's just.
Mbalimeno, manger.
I love it. Oh my goodness. Okay, how tall are you?
I'm about 5'11", 6 foot.
Dang, you just.
Keep going, whatever. Come on. Hey, listen, after this, I have an application you got to fill out too. It's going to be your name, number, all of that. So I'm done with you. We're going to do mine. Go ahead.
Bill, are you making 100,000 a year?
Say it again.
Are you making 100,000 a year
It's coming, for sure.
Okay, good.
this
What are
year?
you doing to work on that?
What happened?
What do you do for work?
Right now, I just got my health insurance license in 13 different states. So I know I already say you travel, so you try to get some health insurance. You feel me? I can get you covered on that. I do stocks and crypto. I trade, so my profit day trader. And I just got into physical therapy as well. So I be doing like physical therapy
Nice.
for sure.
Okay.
What's up?
Who needs to shut up?
No, I was reading the comments. Where you from though, originally though?
I was born and raised here in California.
In Cali. So you still in Cali now?
Yeah.
Okay. What part of Cali, if you don't mind?
Southern California, more towards LA. I don't live in LA. I don't like the fast-paced lifestyle. I like more of a slower. So I live on the beach.
Okay, beach girl. So you know, I live in Florida, so you know we can relate with the beach and the sun and the vibes.
Yeah,
For
sure. Do you read any books or listen to any books?
Yes, I'm actually big into like self-development right now. So I just got into like Grant Cardone.
Okay.
Learning, I'm trying to get into sales too because I feel like that's the next wave now. Like you got to be able to sell yourself, and you're gonna make some money nowadays. So yeah, definitely for sure.
For sure. Nice.
How about you? What you be reading?
I just finished 50 Cent's book. I listened to Will Smith's, and I started Get Over Yourself. So I'm very big on working on myself, expanding my mind.
I fuck with it. I like it. You so what do you say you're doing right now? Your journey. What's your journey right now? You say in your life. What you think you're doing?
The next step for me is just to help impact more people as possible with their health, help them transform their life and their mindset. So last year I impacted over 300 people. This year I want to double that.
We going for 1 million this year. She did 300 last year.
Right.
That's
right.
easy.
Yes. All right. Well, it's nice meeting you, Bill. I love your energy, but it's definitely give me friend vibes. So
listen, because whatever. It was nice to meet you too, man. Keep doing your thing.
All right. Bye. Pineapple. He was nice. He was cool. Nothing bad to say about him.
I'm coming to the panel. What do you think he did wrong?
I was already friend vibing him from the beginning.
He did nothing wrong.
It was very long.
He did nothing wrong. It was just it was a conversation. I felt like it was a conversation where a relationship wouldn't have come up from that conversation. It was just a friendly ass conversation, and that's exactly why he got friend zoned.
I feel the same way. I feel like he didn't come on like trying to get with her. Felt like he came on trying to be her friend.
It was a friendly ass conversation, so he got friend zoned.
He didn't come on there trying to be a friend, child. He was getting his clout.
Hey man, well, it failed.
Well, he still got some clout. He got some clout. He getting what's that thing called when you like review something that already happened?
A review?
Yeah, so like we're watching something that already happened. So look, he's getting some type of clout. That's why people used to go on like the Kevin Samuels show, or they go on to like singles with Kendra G and all these other things. Like they want a little bit of clout.
So you don't think he was on there for her, more or less him trying to promote himself?
His face is already on there. His name was on there. He didn't have to do much. So the thing is, he's in Florida.
I'm gonna tell you this. It's probably because I'm a dude. I don't even know the brother's name.
It was Bill.
What the fuck over for Bill?
That's the name he go by. He probably
His name is Bill.
Probably Bill pop up with his little dreadlocks.
Hell, Bill is a friendly ass name. Shit.
Him being in Florida, he probably walking up and down, be like, "Y'all niggas, I was on there, on her show, whatever." Because probably people up in Florida watch that show too, so they probably see him. They're like, "Yo, I saw you on what's her name?" And people was like, even like some of the people, one dude said, "Oh, he looked like he smelled like Old Spice and bologna" on a comment, but somebody said Bill
Oh shit.
keep spitting at her like go like you could tell like he has some of his friends that be on there too. Like I don't know how she picks people, but when they get picked, it's like if you have a big fan base, and how long she been doing this thing for? She still ain't found somebody out of the friend zone.
I don't know.
You can't tell me you've been doing this for like 3 months, 6 months, 10 months, a year, 2 years. I don't know how long she been doing this, and you ain't found out one person yet.
I mean, the one on the far left is the host, so she just hosted it.
Yeah.
She usually have different people on there, so she's not the one looking for people. The one in the middle is usually the one that's looking for people. I've seen like different people, unless you think all the light skinned girls look the same.
People like the same one that friend zone that damn nuclear scientist, whatever the hell he was, or pineappled him. Is that the same girl? Because she looks just like her.
Yeah.
That's not the same girl.
On the left.
The one in the middle is not the same girl from the little nucleus.
Oh no, that's someone else.
That was a different girl.
It's a show.
Serious?
It's a YouTube show.
Wow, you look like twins then.
Damn.
I think you're seeing the same energy. That's what it is.
It probably is the same energy, but them two, the girl that's like all the way to the left, okay, I know she's the host. Like she's the one that runs the show. You can tell. But the one in the middle, the one that said pineapples, when she was like, oh, I think we're just in the friend zone. That's probably why it lasted longer than 5 seconds. It's because it's a different girl. I should have realized that.
I don't know because I've seen some of the shows, and like there was one, and it was the double light skin joint where some dude they was on there for like 2 or 3 seconds, and the girl just is instantly pineapples. So
Damn.
some got some people just got different tastes, but it's
Hey,
I
man,
don't
yo,
I don't know.
people are fickle.
It's just that why would you go on a show about speed dating and try to be friendly? I guess
Mhm.
because I mean I understand people to be cool, but I feel like if you're dating, your objective is to get a date, not be her friend.
Hey, man, sometimes yo, people are fickle. You're not. I mean, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's how I see it. Now he knows. Now you can move on. Go get your queen from Florida or some shit. She all the way in Cali. Was it really gonna work?
He said he travels something now, like something. I don't.
The license.
Yeah, I don't. It seems like he ain't got no job either. So I don't know.
He
He got
just
a
got
Damn.
certificate.
so I think he was about to start a business or something like that.
We can't even pinpoint it.
That's social media
Right.
influence. Most of them are social media influence. Instagram goes down. That's their whole job. So
He just started doing some trading and forex and crypto, and he got this certificate, a physical therapy certificate. He got a whole lot of certificates. He can work anywhere. He just ain't got no job.
Wow.
Um. What?
Wow. What?
well, saying to the women that got like 3 degrees that don't even like make get jobs in any of them.
Who got? What does that got to do? People got people got 2 degrees and can't get a job in the degree they work in.
Exactly. So at least my man was trying to.
But I don't think he's
Trying to
trying.
do it.
I don't think he got these certificates because he won them, but he didn't say nothing about, oh, I want to go. Like he's like his main focus is, you can tell he want to do better for his life. He want to go and get more money, but he don't want to be a physical therapist for real. He got that certificate because it was easy to get.
Is it
I
get a physical therapist?
Oh no, not physical therapist. He was something. Seemed like person that massages you.
He said physical therapist. That's what I remember. Him saying.
Yeah. But I think what he really want to do is because his passion seem more to be into trading and currencies and crypto and stuff like that. So he really just want to be, what he said. He want to be 100K or he get into it.
Yeah, that's right. But I don't know what that girl does anyway either. So
She's she had made some 200,000 this year, something like that. And he said, "Oh, well, making a million is not gonna be hard for you."
Hmm.
So I
how,
don't know what she do either.
I don't
She
know.
influence
I,
and get flown out. She
maybe
made
I
200
should,
and get
I
flat.
should look her up. Maybe I should look her up see how she made that. Because one person, and this is in the comment section, is one person she liked him at first, but he was way too nice, in my opinion. That's
That's a lie.
why
Here's a,
you why you say that.
oh shit.
She was mad matter of fact about that. That's a lie.
There's a lot of, and I think material picked up on it the same as I. So this should be interesting.
I want to hear why. I want to see why. Why?
It's just just the way the conversation went. Like, even though he assumed that he was in control of the conversation and whatever, and he was trying to ask questions back and this and that, but you could get the vibe from the way she was handling the conversation. The moment he was like, "Oh, I see you have an accent," and then she was said, "Oh, she speaks like her accent. She speaks Creole also." He's like, "Oh, I'm Haitian." I like, and she was like, "No, it's with a K." I was like, "Yeah, she was done with him.
Yeah.
Done with him."
Yep.
I
Like,
thought
I mean, that's like I said. Sometimes it's just not there.
when she
yeah,
said this was the first language, I was like, shit, he fucked up.
And by the way, it's funny because I've kind of had like a similar situation because like it was this girl and I thought she was attractive. Then she opened her mouth and I was uninterested.
yeah. And then you ask, "Oh, I see you have an accent. Like, where you from?" Like, so now it's because you think I'm mixed with something. Like, she was everything.
Yeah, that
Everything
was weird.
was just ugh.
I
Just
think it's
You
the
mixed
same.
with something? Like, no.
can I just be black? Like,
The
like what
fuck?
you looking for? Some exotic bee?
Yeah, I'm saying it's like, oh, maybe she got a
Like,
mix.
you retwist your dreads when you came home, but you
I
Mm.
want to
that I
about it.
think it's important for people to assume that when they hear some accent that's not familiar. 'Cause I used to get that all the time because I didn't know, being raised in DC, Maryland, that we have our own little accent. And when I used to visit up my peoples up in New York, and everybody looked at me like, "You talk funny." And they all, "Yo, you talk funny, son. Where you from?" And it was like Maryland. It was like, "Oh, that's how y'all talk down there." Like, I think we call individuals box braids or some shit like that, or plaits or something like. There's a whole type of slang just in like America alone that if you're not from there, people just pick up on that. So
Yeah.
I mean, I always look at that as a conversation starter.
Yeah, but that's between family. That's different. But
Mm.
it's in this day and age now where guys be like search like when you ask a girl, "Oh, what you mix with?" It's low key annoying. It feels weird
Well,
and it feels like y'all
it's a
not.
technical
It
question.
ain't about me being black. Y'all just want y'all some mixed little B words, so y'all can say, "Oh, I got me a little foreign chick."
I'd be more afraid if it was a white guy asking that.
No, these black men, they want them a foreign child.
Yeah. I with some guys that asked me what I was mixed with, I would say black and black, and their eyes would widen. Like, bitch, you lying. So
First of all, that is the greatest answer.
Yeah.
more black. But I meant because my ancestors was right. Bitch. The fuck?
they do a double take. They're like, wait, what'd you say?
So, so
Oh,
what was the dumbest question to the ladies? What was the dumbest question some man has ever asked you?
I'm gonna let it go.
When you said that, I knew you immediately had like 10 answers right there.
I know you got like
I just rather stay out of this conversation.
Nope.
I like what did Bill Clinton say? I had no sexual relations with that person. I have no care for that question. I don't even know it. Who is that?
That
If I
bad?
was walking down the street, I wouldn't even know it.
because you were Kiki Palmer. I don't know this. Sorry. What about you, Crystal?
I would, okay, it was an insulting, and I used to get asked this question a lot when I was younger. So now I just wear my hair and braid and try to keep it up or just wear it wild. Um, the dumbest question I get a lot in the past was, "Is my hair real?"
Yo.
That's also annoying too. Like black girls can't grow long hair. It's real annoying.
Like I had a guy in, I'll never forget. I was on Maryland Parkway, and I was crossing a fucking street, and I get it. The guy was selling weave, but to chase me, I'm trying to go to the fucking supermarket. Negro, stay on the sidewalk selling the little weave that you're selling. You don't have to chase me to ask me if I want an addition to the wig that I have on right now. So
Oh
yeah,
God.
nigga, it's my real hair. Like I get tired of that answer. I mean that question. I got all kinds of dumb questions.
Or if your ass is real. Oh no.
Oh my
These BBLs had them done screw people mind for real. Like these guys will ask anything and don't have no shame in asking these
God.
questions.
No, they don't. No. It's like, look, let me shut up.
Now we got it though. We have no choice.
We're like, should I ask your mom the same question?
Like we have no choice what we're headed into now. We don't know what's fake under there anymore. So like, oh god, we're gonna have to bite this bullet. Cause we gotta find out, yo, how real are you? It's too many of them now.
Well, when you beat that ass asking that damn question, you can tell. Those kicks are real, that punch is real, everything on my body is real. So now you know for a fucking fact it's okay. I'll stop being violent. I'm working on myself, man. So fine.
I feel sorry for you because I don't really get some questions from women, so I can't even answer it. But I know like the other way around, like you ladies have probably heard some of the dumbest shit come from.
I'll take that.
I was asked by a woman one time if they speak English in my country. I looked at her with evil in my eyes.
You know, a white man asked me if I was black.
Nah, Ray, you're not black. You're Panamanian. There's a difference.
Oh
It
shit.
really ain't. But that's another conversation for another
I mean,
motherfucking day.
but some Negroes will say that. You're not black, you're
I
Panamanian.
would
What?
say I'm black. I'm Panamanian.
I
Even
just saw a video about that too. Somebody was because this girl's like Afro Latino or something like that. She's from Honduras or something like that. She was on the airport on a flight sitting in between two Spanish people, and they literally argued with her that she's not black. She's because she's Panamanian, she speaks Spanish. Like they just would not. They disregarded the fact that she's like, no, I'm black. Like she don't consider herself to be like Afro Latina. She consider herself to be black. She just speaks Spanish.
Yeah, Hispanic.
hmm But she was like, they was like, hell no, you're not black. And she was like, I was confused. I had to stop talking to them. Because how you gonna argue with me how I identify myself as?
People, oh my god, they're confusing color with race. That's why.
yeah, yes. And I think just there's just people that just just want the need to be right. So especially if you tell that's why I just tell people black. It's like
That's
even though
like, sorry, go ahead. Oh my god,
no, go
I
ahead,
just thought of
go ahead.
something.
Dude.
I was like, that's like, okay, that's like a Chinese person yelling at a Japanese person. Oh, you Japanese, you ain't Asian. That's what I'm like, yo, this is you're Asian.
Nah, he's Japanese. Get it right.
Jesus Christ. The same. What are you doing, yo?
Bruh.
How's that removed that what country, and they have oh my god, you never
You
seen
know what,
black
D Wolf?
Hispanic?
Like if I were you, I wouldn't think about it too much because it's gonna make your head hurt. Because
Yeah.
I've seen people fucking do this. I've had someone come to me talking about you're not black, you're from Ghana, you're African, you can't say you're black. And then I'm like,
Yes.
what?
Wow. That is sad as fuck.
And I'm like, first of all, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even exist. What do you mean? My bloodline predates all of you. Shut up.
So,
The fuck?
you know what's so crazy? How, because me being from Florida, it was in the 2000s, like early 2000s. You couldn't like a Caribbean being called black was instantly a diss. Like, hell no, we not black. We're Haitian, we're Jamaican. Like we was so proud of our nationality. Like, nope, you couldn't call it because to us blacks was just pure breed Americans. That was it.
And it used to be a derogatory term, then it became like what it is. So all of them started. So almost all of them started that way. Like there were people that will fight. Like if you're like back in what year was this? Damn, it's like right, but it was a long. It was like a long time ago. Damn, what was with the echo? Anyone else hearing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, there was a time like no, you referred to him as a Negro or Tawny or whatever like that. Black was not used. That was like, what did you just call me? Because it was like nigger back in the day. So like there's a lot of that too. Some people see that word like, why would you call? Nah, like how come? So you really go out here calling people yellow and red? Some people have that perspective and be like, no, you call me what I am. If I look like this is what, yo, don't do that. You know, as a race, when you're naming them, you say black. That's why they had. That's why like she's like I don't know. She was that girl. She was probably like, what the. What does it have to? I am born here. What? So, how does that remove what I am?
I don't
Because
know.
Is
you're
me
black.
being black a bad thing where it discounts me from being Hispanic? Like I'm speaking Spanish. What the fuck? Yo,
I have
you
patience
know,
with
it's
people.
insane.
It's really annoying. Okay. And you know, like in Father's case, if someone came at me and be like, okay, you're not black, you're African, I would be like, I could see why the abortion bill would exist in the first place. If you walk the fuck away, I
Chris,
don't
Ouch.
know.
Ouch. Ouch.
you woke up today and said, I am choosing complete violence. I don't understand
Oh my
feelings
god.
but violence.
To be fair, I had tea this morning, not coffee, so fuck it.
But what type of knife did you use to cut the teeth? The machete? Is it a butcher blade? Is it a
It's a
ninja
cut.
sword?
It's a
This race thing is
I feel like
ridiculous.
you
Yo,
know, to say this
Crystal, I
conversation.
just want you to know you got me shaking right now. Holy fucking shit. Good lord.
Oh man.
Crystal, I got a laugh that want to come out, but it's stuck. Like, like, you know how you want to laugh, but it's stuck. Like you don't.
Bruh. Like we talk about roasting and cutting people up, nigga. That was a headshot. Good lord.
but they
Too
started it.
early. Like before the overturn, like you know when people say that, I wish your mom did abort you, but like now it's like it's very sensitive topic.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, it's 2022. We can't joke
too
the way
soon.
we did back then.
Too
Because
soon.
back then we used to have bullets in the barrel. Like you come at us, we hitting you with the fire.
Exactly.
You know
Like
what I'm saying?
one
It's
girl,
gonna be a lot of people who can't do the abortion gonna be like, you're so insensitive. This is so messed up. Like, why would you say such thing?
laugh. If they say that at work, I'm gonna just clock out because I'm gonna laugh in their face. I can't be
Oh
serious.
shit.
People are being so sensitive about something that is not to be sensitive about. Like, grow some fucking balls. You talking about those are the same bitches that be telling niggas to suck their whole dick. Like, you need to grow some fucking balls. You know, 'cause
Ooh, the honesty. It's the honesty. They really do be saying that too. They
Yeah.
really,
My goodness.
and they be saying eat it from the back too.
You know what? I feel like people who are sensitive about a lot of that shit just can't roast. They don't know how to roast.
Oh, I read it. They don't like me.
Ray,
It's
nobody
easy.
likes you.
How
The
how do
shit,
you not
the
know how to
shit
roast a
you be
motherfucker?
saying,
It's easy.
like I will never, Ray. I swear to God on everything in my life, I will never forget when you called that particular individual a fucking retired bullet back with a bad knee, a bullet sponge with a bad knee.
Oh shit!
For the bad knee.
Oh my God. I disintegrated that day. I ascended to heaven. I have never in my life heard something so motherfucking eloquent.
Well, there was one dude, and he told me this. I said something to him that is stuck for him for the rest of his life because he wore a flannel shirt, and I said, "You look like an educated crip." And
Oh,
then he said that shit stuck with me, and I was like, because he had the blue flannel with the big old nerd glasses, the big thick checks, and I was like, "Look at you come up here looking like an educated crip." And I was just like,
I'm going to school, cuz.
but because the thing is, like, how do you respond to that?
Bruh.
How do you respond to some shit like that? Should you even
Sometimes,
respond to
yeah.
that?
I like some of the shit
Because
you
if
be
you
saying,
just
Ray. If
because
you
somebody
said that
says some
shit to
bullshit
me,
like that, oh man,
you know what, Dion, you have a point. Because sometimes, like the shit Ray be saying, like if he said that shit to me, I can't respond. I don't have a comeback. I would just have to
and then
hold it.
even if you gotta come back, it's just like, do you want this smoke? Because you don't know what they're waiting to say to your ass next if you
Yeah,
give them a reaction, dog. Like, no.
exactly. Like if he said that shit to me, what the hell? What the fuck else he got in the barrel? He's about to eliminate me if I say something. I'm gonna just take the L.
You got it, bro.
You got it. I'm gonna choose my battles, and this is not one of them.
Oh shit.
No, at work I did get in trouble because it's certain slangs you can't use anymore. But it's like everybody forgot like the intention behind, like saying tran. You know what I'm saying? Or saying certain words. Like
Tranny.
this one girl, no, because some coworkers be getting on my fucking nerves. You know, what it is, what it is. But this girl, she just comes to work with a whole bunch of makeup, spray a whole bunch of perfume. We working with kids, right? So some have asthma. And before this bitch leaves, she's always spraying the perfume before she leave. And we got one kid in our room, in our daycare center that has fucking asthma. So I asked her kindly to stop doing that shit. Because when she leaves, all happy and whatnot, guess who got to deal with that child breathing heavy? Me. So I'm like, okay, tell her nicely, not listening. She's all about the LGBTQ community and stuff like that. She's always talking about it like she's really for them. So I said, you know what? You look like a whole tranny. And
Ooh.
not a pretty one. And that's an insult to the trans people because you really like,
Ouch.
I don't know what to fucking call you. So the closest I can get to calling you is a fucking tranny. And she ran to the director like a little bitch. I was like saying I harassed her. I said you harassed me looking like that and spraying that fucking perfume. You physically assaulted me, bitch. Like I'm being nice right now.
Again,
What
how do you respond to
what
that?
version of the Trinity look like? The male or female version? Like how
It's
I
That's
was
why
trying
you're
to
not
be
in
so
trouble. You
perfect.
didn't specify.
hey,
If someone was to tell me you look like a tranny, I would definitely be hurt to the soul. My core would be demolished. I'm like, damn, do I look like a man or a female? Like,
Bruh,
All
nah.
right,
First
just
of
roll
all,
up into a ball after that. Like,
no, yo. First of all,
instead
that's how I know you got on her because the first thing she decided to do was snitch. And I'm telling, like,
didn't even try to defend herself.
bruh, nah,
no,
because like
that's
when you in kindergarten or first grade, that's how you know you really touch someone's soul. When they go to that teacher, he's like, "Yeah, got your ass, nigga. I'm gonna
that's
get in trouble. I don't care. I got the moral victory. I'm gonna walk out that classroom with my head held up high." And as soon as my punishment is done and I walk in that classroom and we make eye contact, you know who the fuck I am.
it's one thing to say, man, you look like a strong man. Different.
Yeah.
That
You
that's
look like
against
No.
most of the men.
what to say? You look like a tranny. Like what you
Shit.
look like a bad built female or a bad built male? Like wait, time out.
Yes,
Yeah,
bitch. Yes. Yes, bitch. Yes.
Crystal, I will say this: you better than me. I'd have told him you look like something Malik Yoba would hit him. That's
Oh no.
Stop
Yo.
it.
Chill out, bruh.
Well, my director agreed with me, so obviously I was right. The fuck?
The director probably, you know what, Chris? You might have a point. I don't-
That director was on that bullshit too that day. She was
Yeah.
dead. She was like, fuck that. Hell yeah, that hoe look like a tranny. She looked
Because
like
it's
she
like,
so
yo, why are you telling me? Like, you a grown ass woman. What?
bad. She probably hit her with, do you want me to pay for the surgery?
Mm.
dead.
Oh.
We gonna get canceled, y'all.
Any last words before we move on to our final thoughts?
Mm.
Man, just learn how to roast. Or, buy, steel sharpen steel. If you don't know how to roast,
Facts.
get roasted so you know what to say when you get roasted the next time. Because that's how you get better at roasting. You got to get roasted yourself.
I don't think, Crystal, I don't never need to be on your bad side. I don't need you to call me anything. Right?
I'm really a nice person, man.
Cool forever.
These people.
Nah, but you want to know what it is, though. It's like, Crystal's pretty neutral till you get on her bad side, but you have to try to get on her bad side. That's what I feel like it is.
No, the way they go in on people, that's just too deadly. It's too deadly.
I mean, yeah, but that's just to let you know, don't try it next time. Or, there won't be a next time. And if there is a next time, well, then, damn.
They hit you so hard, you got to go see a therapist afterwards.
I can't believe she said that to me.
I don't know if this matters, but I think it's because everybody's doing it. I should do it too. Let me stop. I'm only kidding. But I'm a Capricorn. So with that said, like we work really hard and we will be there for you. But when you try to push us under the bus, we got a semi truck just waiting for you. So it's just, it's you gotta try hard to get on my side. Like this girl was vexed to me. Like I think I came on here a couple of times on the podcast and I was like, yo, it's been a week. Every time I was saying that. So yeah, I told her ass what she looked like. That's an insult to somebody who's identifying as a transgender because I don't know what the fuck that is. I really all right.
By
I'm
the
done.
way, I found out that I am a Capricorn rising, so I feel you on that.
The savagery. Mm-mm.
All right, we're gonna get into our final thoughts, and I'm gonna go ahead and start with you, Dion.
Mm. Um, shit. I had something and I fucking lost it. Come back to me.
Who else is on you?
Who? Me?
You're
Oh shit. I was listening hard too and still didn't hear it. All right. Well, it's quick. It's pertaining to taxes. What people should really think about is this question: why are we giving money and not allowed to say where it goes? And that's my final thoughts.
Damn, that was quick.
Mm-hmm.
That was quick. Uh, Material Life is on you.
Um, what month are we in? June about to be done with. Fourth of July about to happen. About to have these 4 days, whatever day weekends. Pop these fireworks. I'm still debating about buying fireworks because Lord knows I don't need no police officer pulling me over doing fireworks in the middle of the street. So be safe out here, the 4th of July, especially as Black folks. We don't know what's bound to happen. So, and then for our tax money, to be honest, I don't even know who I pay my tax money to at this point anymore. So I don't know if it's going to the state, the federal government. I don't know where it's going anymore. So I come to the understanding that I just don't give a damn about it no more. As long as I get some back.
Dion, you got something, or you still need time?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't worry about me.
Okay, Crystal, who's on you?
All right. So, I just want to say when it comes to Roe versus Wade, if you are co-parenting with anyone, this mainly this message is mainly for the guys that have daughters. It's important for you to, and especially if you're not in the child's life, do not bring up topics like that to your child. First, find out who they are, their personality wise, before you want to bring up hot, heavy ass topics to them because you don't know if your daughter is comfortable talking about that. Leave it up to the mother if you're not involved in her life. And, just be careful when you speak to children in general about that. Make sure they are sexually active and if they trust you to have conversations like that. I think a lot of the times, and this goes for adults too, I think a lot of the times when you're in a space of work or school or things, it's important to know that I call those heavy topics because what you're doing is opening up conversation in a space that it's always a time and place for that. And I've noticed that a lot of people love to open up topics like this to judge other people because they have nothing better to do with their life. They have no real goals, but they love to judge people based on their own opinion and not facts or what they reside with. Pro-life, non-pro-life, shit. If you know that your promotion is at the whim if you voted for Trump or Biden, can you imagine being at work and having these conversations happen and then someone like a manager says, "Hey, what do you think?" I think you should mind your business, and bam, you're fired. Like, you don't want to go there. So people just need to be considerate of other people in settings that does not allow people to be authentic. And I hate it when you're at work and they're like, "You can be real with us. You can be authentic." What? So you can get me fired? No. So in general, people need to just be aware of the conversations that open up. If you don't know how to put up boundaries or disarm those kind of questions around where you make your money or even at where you live with your neighbors, because we have those neighbors that's fucking nosy as fuck and they don't know how to open up a casual conversation, just look on YouTube to see how to do that. Do what's comfortable for you. But when it comes to co-parenting, yeah, for the parents that like to overstep their fucking boundaries, back the fuck up. That's all I gotta say.
Father is on you.
Um, for my final thoughts, bruh. So, I had an interview on Monday, and I bodied that shit. So now I'm sitting here waiting for them to hire me because if I don't get hired, something's wrong with them because I bodied that shit. I really like they asked me all the questions. I answered that shit. You know what I'm saying? They gave me the little hypothetical. You know how interviews go. They be giving you the little hypotheticals and shit. I answered all that stuff. They asked me, why do you think you'd be a great fit for our company? Bruh, I got this. I feel like if I don't get this, something is wrong. So, I'm just patiently waiting on that. And another thing that I want to bring up, I'm going to talk about wrestling for a brief second. Yo, the pay-per-view that just happened, AEW Forbidden Door, I think that's pay-per-view of the year. Every match was a fucking banger. That is definitely pay-per-view of the year. So if you haven't seen it, yo, watch that shit immediately, please, because that shit is a fucking banger. And that's my final thoughts.
Good luck. I hope you get your job too, Father.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ah,
And also, how long ago was it that you interviewed for the job?
It was on Monday,
Monday, and we're at what?
Thursday.
Thursday,
Well, Friday now, but yeah.
Friday. And okay. The only thing I would just say for future reference is, did you like send like a letter thanking them for interviewing you? Like, for instance, did you send like did you put it like in the mail for them to get it by the time you leave the office?
You want to know what's funny? The interview was virtual, and after the interview, I was immediately emailed by the hiring manager asking me how the interview went, and then she followed up saying that they were finishing another round of interviews, and then they would let me know. So kind of, yeah, I did thank them and everything, so that was taken care of. But they emailed me, so I responded immediately.
Okay. I would just send an email to the person that reached out to you to ask how it went, just to be like, hey, just checking in. Any updates? Kind of anxious to be an asset to the company. Or just, make it general, because sometimes with all those people, you still want to fucking stand out. You still want to follow up so they can see that you do follow up, and you can follow up with other clients that they try to throw at you. Um, and if they ask why you're following up, because again, I don't know how your state is and how the people are, just be like, because I got 5 other offers if they push, but you just want to know where they're at.
Got you. God bless you, Crystal.
You're welcome.
I love black people. I love my people. Uh, which leads me to my final thoughts. Um, Learn when to be a cheerleader and when to be a head coach. There's some people that just doing good in life, and you know,
Feel it too. I just felt it in my spirit.
as I'm saying, in life, learn when to be a cheerleader, learn when to be a head coach. When you see someone do good, just keep cheering them on. Make sure hype them up, keep them in a good path. Because a lot of people need that motivation to keep going. If you do see them fucking up, that's when you turn it to the head coach, because maybe you see things that they may not see. So sometimes you just got to pull them to the side and say, "Hey, man, you fucking up a little bit," or I see what you're doing, but you got to maneuver this way just so you can get ahead in things. Just like what Crystal was doing with Wallace. That's something that everybody needs. You sometimes you need that extra advice in life, and I learned this because a lot of people used to peep me game, and even with um hell, when I was starting out and like material, like she would say, "Have you tried this and this and this? You should be doing this," and I've took some of that advice, and a lot of that advice has done helped me out. So I would like everybody to know, just like, if I feel like if you're looking for that, even if you're looking for that partner, I think the perfect thing you could do is learn when to be a cheerleader and when to be a head coach. So that's my final thought. I would like to thank everybody for jumping. That's my final thought. I'd like to thank everybody for jumping.
Ray, I asked you a question. Are you in a relationship? Because that's giving very much in a relationship vibe.
No, I'm not. But a lot of women done ask me, what do I look for, and usually that's my answer. Is it someone that knows how to be a cheerleader, when to be a cheerleader, when to be a head coach? That's usually my answer.
Scene.
I don't know. I always thought it was good advice, so that's why I usually use it. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people, they say the same thing. It's like that's real deep. It's like that's deep.
That's real deep.
Can't disagree with it at all.
I mean, I feel like that's everybody in life. It's just like you see someone do good, just keep cheering them on. But sometimes they not even if they fuck up. If you could see them, if you could see things before it happened, you usually like stop it before it usually happens and shit. So that's why and you tell them make sure they maneuver in the right direction because sometimes even like the
Really?
star player may miss a few plays and some shit like that. I think that's why the head coach is there, just to keep them on the straight and narrow.
Definitely, if more relationship follow that advice, it'd probably be a lot of healthier ones.
Oh
And that's
yeah,
hard
I'll
to go. Sorry.
look. All I know is sometimes listening to your woman does help. I would say this, fellas, because sometimes they know.
Thank you.
Get out. Hmm.
Okay. So on that note, I would like to thank the panel for jumping on one more time. I'd like to thank all y'all for listening. Hear us talk our shit again. This is you know what. Let me just say podcast signing out. Peace.
Peace.
Cheers.
Yeah.